Hi, I'm Nina Cherie Franklin. Welcome to You, Your Body, and Your Health. I am so glad you're here. This is a weekly show that's pretty much all about you. Just to start, before I jump into the meat of things, give me an idea of who's looking, who's watching, where are you from? Tell me some of the things that you want to hear about today. I want to make sure I get a chance to kind of get you engaged in here. So I'm very, very excited about this show. So just a little bit about me to dive in as people are coming in. Hopefully, I am again Nina Cherie Franklin. I'm a healthy living coach, wellness expert, and I'm also the founder of the blog and brand That Salad Lady. And on this show, I'll be doing a little of everything. We'll be tackling some topics, a wide range of them related to health and wellness, from exercise and fitness to nutrition and weight loss to chronic disease prevention and even self-care. Now, let me tell you this. I am not here today to bore you with a bunch of random statistics and scare tactics. I only have 30 minutes for this show, so I do not want to do that. And that's not what I do anyway. You've heard the numbers, and I'm sure you're fully aware of the many threats we face as a people. So I won't belabor the obvious facts. Now, I am here to inspire you. That's my goal. Whether it's a sedentary lifestyle, a sugar-laced diet, unmanaged stress, sustaining weight loss, or just having stagnant results altogether, I am here for you. And I'm all about offering solutions to some of your more challenging health and wellness concerns and issues. So we'll talk about more about my methods of how I'm going to do that in a bit, but I want to take a quick second to tell you about myself. I know that some of you are regulars to Black Doctor, so there's a possibility you may have seen me on a few other shows, but many of you are probably wondering who are you anyway, and what are you going to tell me about my body, and my health. So let me start by saying that I am a very strong advocate for making healthy living more approachable, accessible, and inclusive. Professionally, I offer personalized healthy living coaching and customized online and on-site courses and programs, mainly to cater to the well-being of individuals and their families, employees, and executives. So that's a really fancy way to sum up the fact that I work with people who work with people. So from human resources, corporations, companies, business, schools, churches, I work with different people really to develop programs, wellness programs, and courses that cater to these individuals. So how you doing, everybody? I'm glad to see people coming in. Again, this is Nina Cherie Franklin talking about what I do. You can look at this as an introduction to you, your body, and your health. Again, I'm emphasizing that I know some people are not sure who I am, so I want you to get a good idea of why I'm here, why I'm doing this show, and why I'd like to say that I'm uniquely positioned to do this show. So I talked about my profession there. Just a little background about me, aside from, what I do per se. I've actually spent the last 2 decades working with clients one-on-one and in groups as both a trainer and a health coach. I've worn a whole lot of hats, from corporate and commercial fitness, from that industry to academia to medicine. I've worked with nonprofits and in the community sector. Now, what does that have to do with everything else, or what I'm doing here? Well, I hold a PhD in kinesiology, nutrition, and rehabilitation. So hence me going into this wellness realm and having this wellness show. I also hold multiple certifications, exercise physiology, which is a sort of a advanced personal training certification, group fitness. Some of my loves are spinning, cardio formats like kickboxing, high-low aerobics, that sort of thing, and power weightlifting as well. I also am a certified clinical massage therapist. So I do have that body work under my belt. And I'm also a health coach, obviously. I'm a certified health coach. So I will honestly say that as you get to know me, you'll see that I'm very passionate about what I do here. I am very passionate about this show because it really sums up everything that I like to talk about under the umbrella of health and wellness. And I consider myself one of the lucky ones, as my passion, my purpose, and in many ways my pastime are all intertwined in the work I do. So let me give you the real deal here. My relationship with wellness has not always been this way. In fact, I have had some challenges along the way, hence my reason to come to you with these different insights, and both professional and personal. My relationship with wellness wasn't always a good one. And personally, I've endured and overcome some of the worst of life's challenges to get to where I am today and to host the show for you. In actuality, I am no different than you or anybody else. We have experiences, our childhoods, our finances, our careers, our families, and our friends. These have all shaped our relationship with wellness. And I'm sure you all have your own relationships and your own challenges out here, and they may not be good. They may be a bit toxic. And you know what? We're here to talk about that because the same is true for me. Let me tell you this. I have some professional accolades, and these definitely put me smack in the middle of the wellness table. I can have a nice cushioned seat there. But it is really my personal story and my personal experiences that have made people feel comfortable enough to sit down with me as a coach and really bring me into their world. And that is something that I'm bringing to this show. And I look forward to sharing those experiences with you. You'll hear me talk about a lot of them as we address different topics, and we'll address plenty of them. I've lived in poverty. I've even been homeless. I've experienced food addiction and obesity. In fact, food addiction is something that I actually battle to this day. I survived multiple miscarriages, 6 to be exact. Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have now a 13-year-old, soon to be 14, and a 2-year-old. But there were 6 miscarriages in between them. And needless to say, it took me into a deep depression. So I've struggled with depression and anxiety as well. So like you, I have had my own adversity. I have overcome a lot of it and really been able to achieve a healthy and what I like to call well-balanced lifestyle. It's not perfect, but it's well-balanced. And my goal in this show, in You, Your Body, in Your Health, is for you to do this too, no matter where you are in life. And you'll hear me say that a lot. No matter where you are in life, you can achieve wellness. And if you don't think you can, you need to be tuning in here on Fridays at 12 o'clock because I will show you how. So if you are ready to achieve a high level of wellness, I am here. Nina is here to empower you to make positive, sustainable change. And that key word is sustainable change, and in your own way. All right. Not someone else's, yours, your way. So before I move into my approach on how to do it, I want to say, hey, Paulette. Hey, Patsy. Hey, Barbara. Hey, everyone. And thank you for tuning in. I'm so happy to have you here for this first day of You, Your Body, and Your Health. I'm going to ask for some crowd participation throughout this process or throughout this show, especially now, because I really want to get to know who I'm talking to. I have my own plans for this show of things that I want to talk about, topics that I want to cover. But again, this is about you, your body, and your health. Wellness is about you, your body, and your health. So this show is all about you. So I want to tell you the approach of this show and just give you, it's not so much the format, because again, like I said, I'm flexible here and I'm really going to glean insights from some of your crowd participation. But here's some of the ways that I'm going to bring value to you, your body, and your health. First, foremost, I am going to meet you where you are. I am going to meet you where you are, Barbara, Paulette, Irene, Sandra, Cody. I am meeting you all where you are. I am meeting you all where you are. Listen to me when I say that. This is a non-judgmental environment where I will help you explore and hopefully uncover some things about who you are that you probably didn't know. What do you like? What things do you want out of life? Only knowing you can only really be successful with wellness if you know some of these things. So take some time to think about it. I know it sounds like, duh, I know who I am and what I do in life, but have you really thought about it in relation to establishing very realistic wellness goals based on what resonates with your body and your health? Trust me, the deal is this is about you. You probably don't hear that often on the job if you're worrying about the kids, if you're worrying about a parent, if you're worrying about a partner. You probably don't hear a lot about you. So I want you to know that this is all about you, and I will meet you where you are. You'll hear a lot of yous from me. Another thing that I want to really point out as we progress every Friday, and we learn more about ourselves, I want you to know that these will be teaching moments. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. I'm not going to tell you to eat breakfast, because you know what? I'll talk about that a little later. But I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm not going to tell you that you have to stop eating meat. I'm not going to tell you that you need to run to be fit. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm going to teach you. And then it's up to you to make your own decisions about what you want to do with your life. Don't you feel inspired and empowered? No one ever asked you what you want to do with your life. What do you want to do with your life? Not what your trainer says, your physician says, again, partner, anybody, but what do you want to do with your life? So I'm going to teach you ways to to capture that, to take that on, to make it about you. I'm going to simplify some somewhat complex scientific concepts. And my goal in doing that, I'm a scientist, so you're going to get some of that out of me sometimes. My goal in doing that is really so that you can understand how your body and your mind works. And then you use this understanding to see how your body responds to life stressors. So once you see how your body responds to life stressors, you can adjust to them. Now, what do I mean about stress? I want you to say in the comment section, what do you think I'm talking about when I say stress? Do you think I'm talking about just like I'm stressed out work? Leave me some comments. What do you think when I talk about life's stressors? Because I think you'd be surprised by the answer. Leave me some comments in that section and let me know. So like I said before, it's all about knowing how you and your body works and your mind works in order to know and use this understanding about how to respond to life's stressors. And I want to emphasize that point. Do you see how fast time is flying? I mean, we got a lot to cover in these weeks to come. But again, I'm giving you an introduction into me, Nina, and you, your body and your health. And I am so here for you. Which brings me to my third and my final point in my approach to you, your body, and your health, my approach to bringing the show to you every week. Empower sustainable change. You'll hear sustainable a lot. Sustainable. What does that mean? Long term. So, September is here, which means everyone is going to start getting into the holiday eating, which means that as December comes, we're going to get into that holiday guilt, right? And then we're going to come up with all of these dynamic ways to change ourselves really quick. All the damage we've done in our whole life is going to change January 2022. So we're going to go on a detox diet. We are going to get into this rigorous exercise program when we haven't exercised at all. We're going to get into all this big stuff. And then by February, guess what we're going to do? We're going to quit because it's not sustainable. I don't like that. And I just, every year I watch it happen to people, and we are definitely going to change that. I want to empower sustainable change in your life. Because I'm combining a whole lot of scientific knowledge, so a bunch of science, with real world experiences. These are experiences I've endured, having gone through many layers of wellness to get to where I am now. And really the experiences from the hundreds of clients I've worked with. I've worked with a lot of people across all age groups, from 12 to 103. That was really my oldest client. And so I've worked with a lot of people. Trust me, I'm coming with some real experience here. And my goal is to make it easier for you to connect the dots to long-term wellness. Look at me. I'm the dot connector. So when you have that stuff that you just can't piece together, when it's all of that stuff that they said, those mysterious they said you can't do this, or they said you can't do that, and you want answers, I'm here. I'm the dot connector. And you bring those questions to Nina. You let her know, what dots do you need connected? That's what this show is all about. And I will make it easier for you to do that. I'm going to help you distinguish mainstream facts from opinions, because there are so many of them. So much hearsay. Remember I said that thing about breakfast? It's not necessarily the important meal of the day. But you'll hear that. And some people will look at me and say, what? I can't believe she said breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. That's what they say. And they've always said that. So that's the kind of mainstream fact versus hearsay that we're going to address that. You got it? And another thing, this is a big one. We got to let go of these old habits. We got to let go of these self-limiting habits. And I know you all have them. I know you got them. This is one of my favorite ones. You know what? I had a terrible weekend and I ate all this mess. You know what? I'm just going to forget. I'm going to set my goal. My New Year's resolution is going to be to stop doing this. And you're saying this and it's September and you're talking about your New Year's resolution. It's like these self-inflicting, habits we have, these self-limiting behaviors that we have. I wanted you to lose those. I want you to gradually start losing those. It's a process, but we'll get you there, because the goal here is to let go of those old habits and those self-limiting behaviors that are holding you back, and embrace change and make better lifestyle choices based on what works for who? Somebody type it in. Based on what works for who? I'm not talking anymore. You listening? Those habits, basically, we want you to have those behaviors and change those habits, since no one is answering. There you go. Me, you. I thought I lost you all. That's right. So it's all about you, your body, and your health. So I've said a lot. I've said a whole lot. I want to learn some things about you. What is that high level wellness that I talked about earlier? What is that wellness anyway? Like, I talked about it, but I need some crowd participation from you at this point, because I want to talk about that high level wellness, and I want to see where you are, because we're going to be focusing a lot of that. So I have a little image that's going to go up, and it's going to have some numbers on it, and I want you to think about it. Where's my image? All right, there's my image. Take a look at those numbers. And I want you to do me a favor. So here's your participation. Neutral being 5, 0 being premature death. We are all alive, so we're not 0. And high level wellness being 10. Give me a number of where you think your wellness is. Go ahead and put it in the comments box for me. And we're going to talk about it real quick. We're going to use a good few minutes to really talk about this. Look at that real quick and tell me what you think. Because I've seen a lot of people talk about their stressors. And I'm reading some of these and, I'm hearing stress makes me eat. I'm hearing, some person said things that alter yourself as a stressor. That's absolutely right. Balance, that's a big one. But I want to see it in a number. I'm seeing a lot of 7s and 6s. I'm seeing a 3. And yes, I love that honesty. I love that honesty, Paulette. Because some of us have a tendency to, we'll kind of overestimate it. So neutral being a false level of wellness. I'm seeing a lot I'm seeing a lot across the, broad spectrum. I honestly consider myself a strong 8. I can get better, believe it or not. And we're talking about all aspects of life. That's why I consider myself a strong 8. We're not just talking about exercise and diet. We're talking about how we manage stress. We're talking about how we handle and these situations that put us outside of our comfort zone. We're talking about our relationships, our work-life balance. So because of that, I put myself at an 8. Many people I found over time are in that comfort zone. It's called a false wellness. That's number 5. Now, that's not meant to be taken negative, but think about a false wellness. I'll give you an example. I see this a lot. I'll get someone who's overweight. They're always, they know they want to lose some weight. And I'm not saying it in a sense of they're overweight according to society standards. I'm saying this person is unhappy because they're overweight. But they go to the doctor, and every time they go to the doctor, they're like, well, my blood pressure levels are normal. Well, my everything seems fine. Everything, my cholesterol is normal. Oh, I should eat right, as they're eating potato chips. Or I should exercise. I went to the gym this week. Why didn't I lose weight? Health is really not a priority for the 5. You know that you need to do it, but you're just not putting it on your priority list. You're putting work before it. You're putting your kids before it. You're putting your parents and your spouse before it. That's where 5 is. And then you have the other extremes, which pretty much speak for themselves. The goal of this show, your body, and your health, is to get you going towards a high level of wellness, no matter where you are on this continuum. Did you hear what I just said? I don't care where you are on this continuum. I want you to gauge where you are and think about how you can approach optimal health. You may not get to a 10. I want you to find me a 10 who has it all together. I want to meet them. I want to say hello. I want to have them as a guest because many of us are not there. But when you get to whether you're 4, 5, 6, or 7, you can always go a little higher. I'm always striving to be a 10. Even though I'm at an 8, it's something to shoot for. It's something to center those goals around. So I want you to do me another favor because I have your numbers here. And trust me, any questions you ask me, I'm going to get to them. Any information you want to know, feel free to put it in the comment section. I am actually taking extra time after the show every week to answer some of your questions. So what I want you to do, I want you to actually take some time and give me a number based on what you saw. The diagram is gone, but I'm sure you saw those numbers. Tell me where you want to be. If you're a 5, tell me what number you're aspiring to be by January. You hear what I said? Not after January, by January. Because you could start today. You could start today. And I want to tell you, I want to convey 3 important messages that I want you to take from what I've talked about. And I know I've talked a lot to you looking at that illness wellness continuum that I showed you, you picking that number, and really everything we're going to do from this point forward. I have 3 important messages that I want to convey to you. So pick your number by January. And we'll talk about it. I love it. I love these 8s because it's realistic. You know what I mean? 10s are realistic. 8s are realistic. And small steps. You may not go from a 4 to a 7, but you can go from a 4 to a 5. I want you to know first of 3 things. 3 things. 3 things. I'm going to convey these. First, I want you to know that it's never too late. I don't care what's happening in your life. If you think about the left part of that continuum, it talked about disease and taking medications. It talked about people who are in hospitals a lot, people who don't exercise at all, people who may not be able to exercise due to whatever circumstances, people who may not be able to eat right due to their circumstances. It's never too late, no matter what situation you're in. It's never too late. My mother has an amputation. She's had an amputation for quite some time. I love my mother because she's constantly striving, even missing one limb. She is constantly striving. She's still overweight. My mother is battling 3 chronic diseases, and she still loves working out. And it makes me feel so good because she realizes it's never too late. She's always saying, I'm going to try to lose some weight. And I love that in her because she's always striving to get to that next number, no matter what. Second, this is a journey. It's a journey. And one of the reasons I was so excited about this show and bringing it to you is because it's our journey. I'm not going to create Rome today. It's too much information. I can't tackle everything in 30 minutes. This is a journey. So if you don't know where you're going with this journey, let's at least make 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Fridays your checkpoint, like a Sunday church service. Make this day, this time, every week, the process, the beginnings of your journey, and we'll tell you how to get there. Teach. I'm sorry, I said tell. I told you I wasn't telling you anything. I'll teach you how to get there. All right? This is a journey, and it starts today. If you haven't started, it starts today. Not January 1st, not Monday, not when the first is on a Monday, not Sunday, depending on what your first day of the week is. Today. It starts today. And third, this is most important, because it's going to tie in 1 and 2 and everything else I talked about. Your mindset matters. Your mindset matters. So get yourself in the mindset of knowing that you can do this. We can do this together. And it is a journey, and it can be done. We're going to get you to that 7, 8, 5, 6. We're going to get you to whatever number you put up there. We're going to get you to that number, but I got to get you in the right mindset. Now I want to get to know you. Tell me some of your limitations. I'll read over those. Tell me some of the things that you feel are your self-limiting behaviors, or the things that limit you, or the things that you feel are barriers. And we're going to talk about those. I'm going to cover this. Your feedback guides my next show. Well, not my next show, but the shows to come. Because my next show, I think you're really going to like. All right. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. That's it. If you can grasp these 3 concepts and hold on to them really tight, you'll be just fine here. That's what your body and your health is all about. Right? Now, here's the best part. I'm going to end every show with a segment called Aging Successfully. Every segment is going to end. So you have to stay until the end of my shows, because 5 minutes for 5 minutes every week, we're going to talk about how to age successfully. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I'm not old. The truth is, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, we're all aging. We are aging from the time we were born. And we're going to talk about how to make that a smooth and seamless process, how to have fun during the process versus dreading it. So I want to talk to you, and this is what I'm going to close with. So put those questions in there. I'm listening to you. I want to talk about something called lifespan and health span, because what it's going to do is guide my successful aging insights at the end of every show. Your lifespan is predetermined. We don't know what it's going to be. You can walk outside. I hate to say it, but you can walk outside and get hit by a car, or you can live a long time. We don't know what that is. We don't know what our lifespan will be. But there is something we can control, and it's called health span. That is the number of years in life that we are healthy. The number of years in our lifespan that we are healthy, and we can control that. No matter where we are, we can control that. So from the standpoint of aging successfully, I want you to think about that health span. It's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. What are you going to do to maximize the number of years you are healthy? So if you die at 50, you were healthy for 50 of those years. If you die at 70, you were healthy for most of those years. If you die at 100, you had a lot of healthy living to do. So what are we going to do to maximize that? I want you to think about that as you come back next week. Tell me what you think. What are you going to do in the comment section? And I'll talk to you when the show is done, as I'll be here answering more questions even when I'm done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I can't wait to get to know you. And I can't wait to see you next week as we talk about this little thing that nags all of us called belly fat. So you got to be back next week because it's going to be a good show. I'm going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about belly fat, even if you don't have it. So I am Nina Cherie Franklin, and thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.